This is Movies in Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to
Jesus, yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Another wonderful episode.
Why is your voice so deep?
I don't know, what's wrong with it?
I don't know, it's just a little deeper and hey, like you're gonna sing a song.
Probably the wine.
Probably. What wine did we choose tonight?
I'm an old soul.
Old soul,
Old soul. I guess that's what it's got me going down to my very white voice. Moving on.
Moving on. Yes, that is our wine for tonight. Old Soul, because the movie tonight was my pick. The Notebook.
The Notebook. So what about this movie do you like?
Well, I said this on our last episode. This isn't really one of my favorites. Right, like today. It was years ago when it came out. I really did like it, but you know what? It's been such a long time since I've watched it, and I have to say, watching it now, I'm actually seeing it in a totally different perspective.
Yep.
That I honestly feel like this is going to be a journey for both of us. Talking about this movie.
Probably. I
have like different questions that I didn't have before. I'm seeing things from other characters that I didn't really, not care about, but oh my God, this is not what I used to think it was back then. And I think it could have been a so much better movie if they did a lot of different things.
You know what? We were talking about that, and we'll get into that. Obviously. Yeah, so, I mean, do you want to start us off?
Well, it came out in 2004. The stars of the film were Rachel McAdams and freaking Ryan Gosling. I found out a couple of things. The rights for the novel actually were acquired in 1996, and Steven Spielberg was on board and wanted Tom Cruise to be Noah.
Interesting. You know...
Could you imagine that? 1996?
A 96 Tom playing a 17-year-old boy. I'm going to say, I had a really hard time with Ryan Gosling and
Rachel McAdams,
personally.
Yeah.
She did all right.
She did okay.
But cheesy, giggly bologna sandwich bullshit that she was playing was a little too much for me. I just couldn't. Like, the beginning of the film, so let's just go to it.
Okay.
So the beginning of the film, you see a guy rowing a canoe, foreshadowing.
A canoe.
Was that not a canoe?
It's a rowboat, isn't it?
He was in a boat paddling. We call it whatever it is. He was paddling a boat. He was paddling a damn boat. So he's riding through the river, and then we're at a nursing home, and we see older her nuts, right?
We don't know who it is, but it's Gina Rowlands is the actress.
Yeah. And then we got James Garner, my man.
Your man.
I love James Garner. I do
too.
He is such an amazing actor, and honestly, he helped me through this journey of the film. Believe it or not, he really did.
He guided you through.
He did, and he made me want more of him. Yeah, so he's going through the shit.
Yeah, well, no.
Old man in a nursing home. And he goes to this woman's room, and he reads to her. He reads the notebook. That's what we know so far. And he starts reading the book, and then we jump to the past. And we're in 1940 America. New Orleans, I take it. I'm assuming that they were in Louisiana.
Yeah, that dialect was a little...
Yeah, I'm making the assumption that we were in Louisiana. So they're rocking about, and they're at a carnival, and Noah, the main character, Ryan Gosling, he sees Rachel McAdams at this carnival, and she's in the bumper cars.
She's having such a good time. You can so tell with all the laughter and how adorable she's being.
Right,
and
those he's cars. Being fucking creeping Tom, just eyeballing and all kinds of stuff.
Creepy Creeperton.
Right, and then him and his little sidekick roll over to Rachel McAdams and her nympho friend. All of these preppy dudes are like all over Rachel McAdams' ass and are pretty much riding up it
Yeah.
And he, like, is literally 1 inch in front of her face. And it's just... And this killed me. You're going to go up to a girl that you like, and the first thing you're going to say is, will you dance with me? You've never met this chick.
Look at me. Right now, I'm speechless. Like, it's a really awkward thing to ask a girl. I don't care what time period
you're just gonna go up to something. Will you dance with me? And then you've got all the tool bag hyenas behind her are all like, she's with us, Noah. Okay. And he's just like, well, will you dance with me? And then she's just like,
no.
Yeah.
Said I want to.
Right. And then you got the receding hairline.
Oh my God, how old was that actor?
Receding hairline mustache man.
She's with me, pal.
Right. So they go up into the Ferris wheel. Mm-hmm. And they're rocking the Ferris wheel. And he has the idea to run in between them and sit 3 people to the Ferris wheel. They're all the way up. They make it to the top. And this is where Tommy, the Ferris wheel runner...
Yeah, he does get a name.
Right, Tommy.
The actor.
He decides, Noah, you can't do that, Noah. So he stops the Ferris wheel at the very top.
Yeah.
Instead of letting it come all the way down.
And
stopping it and say, Noah, get the fuck off. He stops it at the tippity top and goes, Noah, you can't be up there. Climb down.
He's like, I got it, Tommy. All right,
Tommy, I'm going to pay.
Yeah, I'll pay you for the ride. Like, that's not the concern. The concern is that it's not safe what he's doing, first of all.
Right. By the way, this Old Soul wine is really good. I don't know if I mentioned that. Look into it.
Very dry. Very us.
Yeah, but, so he's doing all that, and then he's like, all right, Tommy, I'm getting down. So he starts hanging off one of the bars, right?
Well, because he tries to... he tries to formally introduce himself to Allie, saying, I'm Noah Calhoun, and I would really like to take you out.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know you.
He's like, well, if you will go out with me, I'm just going to let go.
I'm just going to kill myself. Well, because he's hanging on one of those bars, which is...
Yeah.
That's a pretty ballsy move, but, this is a love story, and of course he's making this grand gesture of, hey, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be with you.
And then he lets go, and it's so funny because everybody's freaking out. But,
oh my God!
But Tommy, the operator, is Noah, grab the bar. Everybody's like, oh my God, Noah, you're going to kill yourself. Noah, wait. Noah, will you just grab the bar? Like, so fucking goofy. She finally admits and starts screaming, I'll go out with you, I'll go out with you. And to get him back, she pulls his pants down. Has him flash everybody all over the carnival.
That was barely a flash, though, because those drawers...
Back in the 40s, though.
Yeah, they were like board shorts nowadays.
Right, but back in the 40s, I guess you showed any lingerie of any kind, any of your skivvies. You were showing the goods, essentially. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know.
For me, I think women's negligee back then, some of it was very cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, agreed.
Very cute.
There's nothing like a pinup.
Well, funny thing, because so many actresses wanted to be in this movie. Like, the director, Nick Cassavetes, he's more of an actor than a director, actually. When they finally, we're going to do this movie, Spielberg drops out. He's like, all right, it's been too long. I can't do Tom now because he's ancient, according to Hollywood standards. But Nick Cassavetes, he wanted Ryan Gosling. That was his only choice for Noah.
And Gosling, I mean, he was young Hercules, and, but I don't know if he was really that much of a name, which I can respect. I respect that.
But a couple people were considered: Ashley Judd, Britney Spears.
Who?
Ashley Judd.
Who's Ashley Judd?
Jarokk, get out.
Wait, she was considered to be...
Allie. She was a little older, right? Around that time? Jessica Biel. I don't know. She was... But Reese Witherspoon, I think it was around the time when she was kind of ending her leading lady, which is horrible. I hate saying this because none of these women are young, but they do have to be considered teenagers and then adults in their early 20s, I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm assuming.
So that's what was kind of annoying me a little bit. It was... we've got these older people. We're playing these 17-year-olds and then playing 21. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we were in our 30s.
Yeah.
At the time. And
I don't know.
Dear God.
Rachel McAdams, maybe... I might have to, IMDb.
I don't know. They looked like it, though. I'll say it.
Good for them. I mean...
Right.
People still think I'm in my 20s.
Well, because you are.
Oh!
25. So, where were we?
Dude, she's older than me. Yeah, she was born in 1978.
Yeah, I told you. I knew it. I fucking knew it. So, that annoyance. Hello. I know we can't really get actual, but...
Ryan Gosling is younger. He was born in 1980.
God damn.
Yeah. Wow. These are some... You guys are some oldies. No, we're kidding.
Yeah, he's one of those that looks like he probably won't ever age. He's gonna be like...
No, he's kind of like one of those dudes where he's too good looking that it's weird.
Yeah, but... Anywho, back to the shit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The entire beginning when they were young, I could have lived without. I could have lived without all of that fucking playful bullshit running around.
Yeah, they were really trying to portray like the first love, and they were really trying to like the summer love theme. Which
it's the rich people that can afford to go for a summer.
Well, and then she meets they call like townies. Like she meets someone that's from the place that they're visiting for the summer, but it's like you kind of have to like establish, hey, I'm going to be leaving soon, or the other person's like, I'm not coming with you, so we're just going to have our fun, do our thing. But they're really trying to, I think, portray it more as first love.
Right. And I get it, but it was too much. It was way too much.
Yeah, it was.
So where it actually kind of, and it still didn't yet pick up for me, was her dad was a fucking trip.
I have to, the dad, I have a note about the dad.
Hers?
Yes. David Thornton, he was, I guess, one of the bad guys in Home Alone 3.
Oh my god, he was Mr. Jernigan or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah. I never saw
Mr. Unger. I never
saw the third one, but I saw his picture of him in the movie, and he looked like a bad guy.
He was so fucking goofy.
Exactly. That's why I had the same thought, because I saw this movie in theaters. So I witnessed it with a whole bunch of other people, and a lot of us were having these like moments of awkwardly laughing because we thought it was funny, but we were like, okay, is this supposed to be funny? Allie's dad was a caricature of the kind of southern rich dad that's got all the money and
very Colonel Sanders-esque.
Oh my god, like that curly mustache. And he was just so creepingly watching his 16, 17-year-old daughter making out in a car with some dude you've never seen before, smoking a cigar, not making a sound until she's at the porch, and he's just like, Allie, she's like, oh, Daddy, oh, I didn't see you there.
The thing about this movie was all the dads were chill as shit.
They were great, yeah.
In this movie, every dad was chill. Noah's dad was the best.
Yeah, Sam Shepard.
I love Sam Shepard.
Was the actor's name.
But I wanted more of him in the film.
Oh my god, yes.
I wanted so much more of him in the film. I felt like we did not get enough of him. Now, Allie's dad, yeah, he was goofy as shit, but there was a moment where I was sitting there saying, I can't tell if he's like actually cares or if he's getting mad, but through watching it and kind of understanding, he was just like, you know, whatever, this is not gonna last, this is summer love, let him go have sex, do whatever, I don't care, but she's got to go off and she's going to forget all about it.
Yeah, I'm going to take her kicking and screaming. I don't care, you know.
And obviously the mom
she was making a huge deal out of it.
And the dad was more lenient. He was more like, let her live, because once we leave, she's going...
Yeah, which, you know, as a parent, you got to do that anyway. Just let your kids do their thing, you know.
And that's what I liked about Noah's dad.
Yeah.
Like, when she went to his house for the first time, she walks up and his dad is having Noah read. Who's he reading?
Whitman.
Walt Whitman. He was reading Whitman, and his dad was more of a Tennyson man. I agree.
More
I
Tennessee
agree.
fan,
I like Tennyson. Yeah. But he's sitting there and he's reading poetry, and it's like, wow. How amazing. You know, you've got your son reading poetry. Obviously, the son is embarrassed. Oh, like, oh my god, I'm reading poetry to my dad.
Yeah, that was a little, like, I think Ryan Gosling was doing a little bit too much of, oh my god, Dad, you're embarrassing me in front of my girl.
See, again, this is, you're 30 years old and you're trying to be 17. Knock it the shit off. I can't play a 17-year-old. I'm not even going to try.
No, I can't
You know
do
what
that.
I mean? it's like, I know they want them older for those type of things.
Well, yeah, you don't want them to look creepingly young, because then it'll just make everyone uncomfortable.
Right.
But it's not even that. I think it's start with doing too much and then let them pull you back.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't think the director was pulling them back enough. Mm-hmm. I can appreciate that the actors were trying to go for it, but they needed better direction.
Right.
You know, I'm not putting the blame on anybody, but someone should have said, "Hey, this kind of looks a little goofy. Can we keep it down like a couple notches?" But the director actually said that he considers The Notebook the worst film he's ever directed. Yeah.
I mean, we'll get there. But I think there were a lot, because we also watched deleted scenes.
We did, and I'm so glad that we did.
Yeah, and I think
that helped a lot.
I seriously think if he would have cut a lot of the beginning bullshit, and kept in a lot of those parts, I would have probably enjoyed this movie a lot more.
I had this epiphany. You know, watching this film as a young woman, I'm mainly looking at this movie through Rachel McAdams' perspective. Mm-hmm. The young Allie, I'm looking at Rachel McAdams, and I was like, okay, let me step outside and let me think about other people. And, you know, I would have enjoyed this movie a lot more if it was just about the older Allie and Noah.
I agree.
It would have been so much better if it was just the two of them. I don't care. They can stay in the retirement home, whatever, or, you know, do clips back and forth of, you know, them, you know, going through Allie's first stages of Alzheimer's and all that. That is more interesting. And, like, the young characters, they barely had any lines. If you really think about it, it was really James Gardner, like, just narrating the whole thing and telling us what each two of them were feeling and thinking at the moment. Yeah. And if you think about it, those deleted scenes, and we'll keep like diving into this as we go, Noah really doesn't express his feelings that much. Yeah. Young Noah. Mm-hmm. And I don't really know why they did, but the deleted scenes that you like, he was talking more. Like, he wasn't this like silent guy of just like, oh, I'm, you know, my heart is broken, I'm just gonna be silent.
Do you want to dance with me? Yeah, like that shit. No, but yeah, seriously, like, oh my god. Like, when they were about to have that awkward sex.
Which one?
There was more than the fucking piano one. Anywho, when they were...
it was supposed to be their first time.
Their first time. Mm-hmm. So the very first time sex, right? Let's dive into that real quick. I mean, I don't know. Was that everybody else's first time? Was it just
everyone's first time is different?
Right.
But if I'm looking at it, see, I feel like I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this movie as two sides of me. There's the 19-year-old who first watched it, and then there's present me watching it, and okay, so there's the shot of both of them taking off their drawers. Yeah. And they go completely out of shot. And there's like a second or two where you don't see them because they're taking them off. It takes a couple times. You got, 2 feet. And that was another moment where the audience was like, are we supposed to laugh at this? Because why are we just looking at a camera shot of just, nothing? And then she just comes back up, and then he does the same thing, takes off his thing. I don't know. It was cute because they were nervous. They were, oh my god,
they wanted
you're
to
gonna
play
see
that
me naked for the first time.
Right.
Ooh.
They wanted to play that virgin-esque shit. I mean, I don't know. It was all right. But anywho, so they start to try to have sex, and he puts it in. Or barely gets it in, however. And she's just kind of like, instead of the, ow, she gives him the, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? Like, what are we doing? Starts going through these monologues. You're not talking. Why aren't you talking? What are we doing? What is it? What are you thinking about? Am I be talking too much? Like, oh my god, I would have been like, bye.
Well, did you see, like, Ryan Gosling, he had this, like, moment of, like, oh my god. Yeah. Like, whoo, this is, okay, I get it, but oh my god, you're killing me right now because he's ready to go, and I get it. You're a man, you're about to finally do it, so he's just like...
Adrenaline's up.
The adrenaline is up, but it's so different for girls. It's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary. It's scary. It's awkward. I don't care if you had a great experience or a bad experience.
Right.
It's awkward.
And yeah, you're right. It is. But that, for me, watching it was pushing the awkward cake, man.
You thought they were cheesing up the awkward.
Cheese. Okay. Too much Gouda.
But you like Gouda.
I love Gouda, but that was too much. I didn't want the entire wheel. I wanted
wanted just a thin slice.
Right, exactly. I wanted a little bit to put on my cracker and my sausage. Well, pun. But not intended.
Got it.
So they do that shit, and then now the parents are blowing their minds.
Out.
They're freaking out, like any parent should.
Absolutely.
Any
2 in the morning?
Should. 2 in the morning, yeah. All the cops are out looking for him. He goes home. Here comes Colonel Sanders, and he's all...
Give us a minute now. What'd you do?
Yes,
Where'd your son?
Will you go sit down? I'd like to talk to my daughter. Alone, young lady.
Why don't you go out there in the poppy fields?
Why don't you get on out there in the poppy field? Look, son, I don't care whose dick... Fuck. All right, moving on. I don't care.
We're not getting into that.
I don't care how you get your wick dipped, son. You can do whatever you want. I'm not talking to you to be a celibate, okay? Moving on. God, I love the Baron. So then they start having this talk, and then she becomes rebel teenager.
Oh my God, yes.
Hardcore,
yes.
Right?
Like, she just went from 0 to 100. I'm just like, what? Oh my God, like, why are you freaking out? Oh my God.
You and Daddy don't love each other. You don't play. You don't touch. You don't do anything. You hate each other.
Yeah, well, Mom's like, the mom, Joan Allen. I mean, love her. Pleasantville, my favorite role she's ever played, but she does really well as the mother who, because I wrote it down. She says something like, she says, I didn't waste 17 years of my life.
Exactly. Boom.
Wait, hold on. 17 years of
your
life?
Yes.
Wait a tick. Back it up, bitch. This is not your life. This is your daughter's life.
Dude, that was the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
That was the 30s
I still think it is today.
I totally agree. And what did we not just watch? The Boys! The Boys!
The Boys.
Spoiler the fuck alert for The Boys. So, those of you that haven't seen The Boys yet, just pause for a second.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Right, it's on Amazon. But perfect example of nowadays. The mom for Starlight in The Boys. Mm-hmm. Exact same.
There you go.
Same.
That's it.
Like that parent that you're going to these camps, you're doing this, I'm going to make you a superstar because you're going to make me look good and give me money. Okay, parent, back the fuck off for a minute. Let your kid live.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what we all want, especially when we were young. All we wanted was to make our parents proud.
Yes.
And have their support. Noah's dad did. He did. He had nothing but support, and he had faith in his son.
He just let him be a kid. Let him make his own mistakes.
You let him be a kid, a human, and an adult. I mean,
exactly.
He really did.
And I keep going, because I had a thought, and I just lost it.
So
going with the Starlight, My Boys.
Yeah. So it's just with his dad, like, that's what we all wanted as a kid. That's what we all want. We all want our parents to let us live our lives.
We do.
And, God love my parents let me live mine. And, and that's how it is. Like, I was able to go to Los Angeles, and it was like, make your own choice, make your own decision. You could be in debt, but go ahead, do what you gotta do. This is your life. Deal with it. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, yeah, hey.
I finally found my thought. Like, growing up as a kid, you get praised when you do something good, Oh, you cooed. Oh my God, yay, you did it. Like, we do it with our dogs. When they sit, we always praise for good behavior.
Exactly.
And that goes on while you grow up. Like, you want to make your parents proud because that validation feels so good. Mm-hmm. But there's a time to kind of break that off and say, you know what? You need to make your own choice.
Yeah.
Like, it did take me a really long time to not be able to ask for my parents' opinion. Mm-hmm. I used to hang on that so much, even if I didn't totally agree.
Right.
That's the part about parenthood that scares the crap out of me is, when is it time to break off? Oh, well, I know this is something you either want to do or not. You're not, too sure yet, but this is my opinion, but you need to make your own decisions.
Right.
But Allie's parents are just like, even her dad, he's not suitable for you, darling. He's not. And then, Joan Allen, she's just like, trash!
Right.
He's not for you.
And there
was a moment.
There was a moment for her dad that you were looking and you were kind of like, is he going to let her? Because he even had, and it took me for a loop. Like, he was just like, every time the mom was yelling trash, he's over there rolling his eyes, and he's just like, my God, here we go again. She's on it, and Allie and him get into, like, this huge fight.
They do.
And
what do you think about the fight?
What did I think about the fight?
Their exchange with the fighting and the possible breakup.
Honestly, man, because I know at the time, especially like around then when the movie came out, I don't know, I feel like I would see girls be really physical in their relationships before this movie came out. Mm-hmm. And if the dude pissed them off, they'd slap him, they'd do whatever, they'd, go into fucking tantrums. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then I see this in the movie and it took me back to high school. And I'm just like, oh my God, did we really, put modernized shit? I don't know. Did they do that back then? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Ask your grandparents. But I don't know. I can't say that. I think it was a little too much. I think that the slapping, the constant bullshit. Going back, let's backtrack a minute. When they were showing that moment where James Garner was narrating and they're sharing all those laughs and the fights. Number one, he buys her ice cream and then she shoves it in his face and then throws the cone. He makes 40 cents.
She was trying to be playful and fun.
At 40 cents an hour.
Yeah.
If you don't see the wrong in that, then I don't know. But that's pretty wrong.
But as a 17-year-old kid,
honestly,
he doesn't care.
I'm not saying that I would break up with a girl if she threw the ice cream on the ground. But I'd be pretty fucking upset. I mean, that's what I got from that. I just bought you ice cream and now you're going to shove it in my face and then you're going to throw it on the ground and then you're going to start being sexual and start licking it off the lips. That's what saved her. That's right there what saved her. She started getting seductive.
I still disagree with you, but
you disagree.
I do.
You would throw ice cream on the ground.
No, I'm not saying that I would throw ice cream away. I'm not saying that I would, if it was... I was so different at that age than I am today. We probably wouldn't have dated if you were the same that you are now. Mm-hmm. Like that breakup, I know that breakup.
Yeah.
Except for the hitting. I've never hit anyone in my life.
Well, we've all had... I've had a breakup like that, too.
I did want to share, a breakup. This was a bad one. High school boyfriend. I honestly could not even remember what we were arguing about, but he was trying to break up with me. Mm-hmm. And he actually didn't live that far from me at the time. It was a quick drive. I wasn't driving yet, but I was just, crying and devastated. And he, hung up on me, and I was I went to my mom, can you drive me to his house, please? I have to go right now. No. I go to my grandmother, Grandma, can you please drive me? I have, hysterical, just being, completely crazy. So I, leave my house, I run out of my neighborhood, and I start to run to his freaking house. And then I actually get followed by my mom, and either my mom picked me up and drove me back to the house, or I actually made it all the way to his freaking house. And I just remember getting to the driveway and crying and hugging him, and his sister comes out what is going on? This is absolutely crazy. And the dad's whoa, what's going on, guys? Yeah. Thinking about that now, I am so embarrassed that I did something so dramatic like that. The part of Allie and Noah together as kids, it is a lot, but it takes me back to, wow, I was that dramatic and I was that crazy, as a teenager. I'm glad I grew out of it, but it's just, that's just how I was. And
that's why you're a different person now. I'm a different person now. That's just how it is. We grow up. You see it in the film. Obviously, young Noah was nothing like James Garner Noah. Completely different.
You don't see that at all until around the end of the movie where he gets, checked up by the doctor. And that's when, if you're seeing this movie for the first time and don't know anything about the book, you kind of like, okay, are they these young kids? And at that point, yes, for sure, this is Noah, because they call him in the beginning. His name is Duke.
Yeah, because that threw me for a loop.
Yeah, and I don't.
Was like, what?
And that was my question. Like, I tried to, while we were watching it, hear the name Duke in the movie in the past. Like, what was the significance of the name Duke? I think it was just a nickname.
Right.
James Gardner decided to say, oh, okay, well, just call me this, just to not confuse Allie while she's going in between her things. Yeah,
and that's what I loved about that deleted scene that we saw, because he explained everything.
Yes.
He explained every fucking thing. And
because we still get pretty lost about how Allie got this dementia and how it progressed. We didn't get to see any of that.
But they said it in that deleted scene.
They did
They explained it, and I was like, why did we cut this? Again, going back, we could have got rid of a lot of that shit. I think we could have got rid of the, say I'm a bird, I'm a bird.
I'm a bird.
We could have got rid of that shit.
But they just so wanted that MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss.
That's
what they were going for.
That wasn't where it was it not? Wasn't it at the sex scene?
It was at each scene. Their kissing thing was him grabbing her. She was straddling him, and that's how they kiss, where he picks her up, and it's on the freaking DVD picture. That's the thing. It's not even like the best kiss.
Okay, well then I'm gonna nominate
the entire movie how the young kids when they make out.
Well, I nominate us for the next MTV Award Best Kiss, because I'm gonna fucking dive in between your legs. I'm gonna rear up. I'm gonna spread eagle up onto your shoulders, and I'm gonna like do a backwards Mr. Fantastic kiss Spider-Man to you, and then we're gonna win the next fucking award. We're gonna blow them out of the water.
Let's do it.
I've already got it planned. I've been stretching.
Well,
your yoga's been helping.
Yay.
So, anywho, back to it.
Yeah, I think they were too focused on the young love story, and they made a mistake. They made a mistake. I am saying it now. If you would have asked me when this movie came out and when it came out on DVD, like I was so team young Noah and Allie.
Yeah.
But now I'm like I want to change teams now.
Yeah. They wanted it. They wanted that young audience, and obviously because they wanted that PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Like, we saw the sex scene through the deleted scene. That was an R-rated sex scene, and honestly, that's the sex scene. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little real here, guys, but I like that. I like when sex scenes in films, you see the guy trying to put it in. You see the woman trying to put it in. Nothing ticks me off more than watching a sex scene in a film.
And we've talked about it before.
Yep, Conan, but when the guy just climbs on top and then he's magically in. Mm-hmm. Not that fucking easy, guy.
Yeah.
Not that
like,
fucking
I understand with, like, certain parts of movies, they are an escape, and in a perfect world, everything goes in nice and easy and wet.
Right.
It's not, but I don't, like, when I think of, like, movies, like, developing as a kid, like, I held on so deep with certain movies thinking that that's how life is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And that's my fault. I am not, we were saying before, like, oh, I decided to do something bad because I watched a certain movie. Don't blame the movie, blame me. You know, that was my prerogative to believe that that's how real life is supposed to be. And
that takes us back to Quills. You blame the Bible.
Blame the Bible, blame the writer, blame the video game, blame the movie, blame the person. I would never blame anything, but I had an imagination. I loved movies, and that's what got me to be in theater, to be an actor. I wanted to live in that great fantasy world, but it took me a little longer to actually grow up. Yeah. But I get it now. I so get it now. Okay, so with the movie, they finally, I guess, they kind of break up, right? Because she's leaving. The families, they've had enough. Mm-hmm. But Allie didn't want to break up,
and we see through
the deleted
scene that he didn't want to.
He didn't want to either.
Finn, the little sneaky shit, just told her, I was up all night with him, Allie, and you know what? It's over. Don't call him. Don't do anything. If he wants to, he'll call you. He'll write you. You know, don't do anything. And then Noah gets there and Finn's
as soon as she's gone.
Right when she leaves, he shows up. Yeah, typical movie. She leaves and then, typical life. But he shows up right when she leaves. He drives in and that Finn's all like, dude, Allie was just here. She left. He bolts to his truck.
Okay, I have a weird backing up note. This is just
please.
Because there are certain things that I like to.
I love weird.
Weird. So after they break up, Allie has obviously been like crying all night. She wakes up the next morning and she sees that everything's getting packed up.
Yes.
She goes to her mom, who's having breakfast by herself with a table of 20. No one's there.
Oh, God.
But Allie comes up and she's like, you can tell, like, still, like, she has all her makeup on. Mascara is, like, running. It's all over her face, except her lipstick. She still has lipstick on, and it is not smeared anywhere. Like, kind of like throughout the movie, I know they do that, where they try to give the actress, especially someone, I know that she is pale, like me, and having a little bit of a lip color will help, but that was too much.
And in that one deleted scene where he was asking advice for his dad,
yeah.
his dad's black friend who was on the porch, and then they're talking. I still don't get why that wasn't in the movie. It showed that all parents don't have the answer.
Yes!
Because his dad literally was that, Dad, I'm trying to ask you here, like, I want it. And he's
what
just
do
like,
I do?
And his dad just looks at me and goes, son, I don't know. And then his friend, the black man in 1940, he says, sometimes you want something in life and you just can't have it. And that hit. I was like, holy shit. Like, especially, like, Ryan Gosling was just like, looked up and was just like, fuck. And it was like, yeah, dude, you're crying over a woman. This man at that time is fighting for equality.
Yes!
Is fighting for all of these things. And that was something that I really did like too in the scene, in the film. I liked that it showed, it was a lot of the blue collar workers, but they didn't see color. Like, color was not a thing. There were a lot of white people when they were at that house.
Well, it was
when he took Allie.
Well,
right?
Yeah, it was Noah's house. Everyone was together.
Was that Noah's house?
That was Noah's.
Okay, yeah.
That
so
was Noah. Well, it was Noah's dad's house.
Right.
They were having a get together. They were playing music.
Yeah.
Everyone was
black, white. All the neighborhood
all
was
the different
around.
colors. But then when you go to Allie's parents' house,
yeah.
I mean, you could even see in the fucking scene they were all white and wearing all white.
Yeah.
All the servants, they weren't treating them bad, I would say. I bet.
No,
I'm sure they were.
They did not come off as like the asshole-ish.
No. Oh God, and I love that you brought that up. But I really want to get his name. The actor that said that quote that you liked.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, it was pretty much cut from the fucking film.
Pretty much. Like, you only got to really see him, and he didn't have any speaking lines except for that one freaking line.
I mean, and then all he did when Noah's dad died, he just put his hand on Noah's shoulder, and that was it.
That's right.
Because that's when I caught it. I was like,
and this
dude just put his hand on Noah. This must have been one of the guys at the get-together when everybody was dancing.
Yeah, he's a pretty significant character now, thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about DVDs, because they give you the option to, hey, you know what? We really did enjoy these scenes that we made for this movie. We had to cut it because of time, because of, content, and getting things rated is hell.
Maybe that's why they fucking cut it.
Maybe.
Because
we brought it up. We want to...
The teenagers, all they cared about back then was what we got in the film.
What we got in the fucking film.
That's...
You're so right.
It's all people cared about. It was right up there with the majority of teenage girls that went and saw Lord of the Rings. They only saw it because of Orlando fucking Bloom. Like, I mean,
it wasn't him that had the love interest. It was
Vigo.
Vigo and Don't Wanna Close
Liv
My
Tyler.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
moving on, these two start to grow up a little bit. Noah, he tries. He sends her 365 letters, and then after the last one, he just gives up. Mm-hmm. And we kind of get an idea that it's Allie's mom hiding it from her.
Right.
Because you saw that one little clip where she saw
the letter.
She saw the letter and she gave a little
smile, a little smirk.
This is still not going to happen.
She smiled. She saw the letter and she fucking smiled.
She smiled like, you don't know yet, but it looked like it looked like an evil smile.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, and Noah and his friend Finn, they go to the city, they find better work. Allie goes to college, blah blah blah. They grow up.
Finn and Noah go into the military.
They do,
and then Finn dies. which was a very pathetic...
That was a pathetic
death. It was very pathetic. For your best friend that you literally grew up with, and then they just kill him off, and that death was like that. It wasn't even an emotion. Like, where was the emotion?
You don't even get to see how he died. It's just him laying there. You only get his head and like his shoulders, and that's it. And he's just kind of look at him like, ugh. And Noah's like, he's just
what happened,
confused.
Bud?
I don't know what to do. But so are we. Like, I'm thinking as an audience, I'm confused too. Like, okay, there was an explosion, but I know they didn't want to show like blood, and they don't want to get like real gutsy. But it was a pathetic death. Yeah. I know Finn wasn't like a huge character, but still, he was his best friend that he
we
grew
didn't
up
need
with.
a Saving Private Ryan kind of like shit going on.
Or not even Forrest Gump.
But you know what, dude? We needed something, because this guy, if that was one of my boys, I would be devastated.
Absolutely.
I would probably be broken. And even his dad, when his dad bites it, it's like Allie's still the only thing on his mind.
That's what it really looks like, and I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that it's another layer. Okay, he lost Allie. He lost his best friend. He lost his dad.
Yeah.
What else does he have to live for?
True.
Okay, Allie's still somewhat there. What can he do to get back something that he lost? Because he can't get the two.
Right.
He can't get his dad, he can't get his friend back, but Allie is still there. What is he going to do? Buy that house that he intended to buy, where they almost made love for the first time.
Which his dad got a loan for.
His dad helped him buy it.
Right there, a perfect example of what we were talking about.
Of a good parent.
Good parent believing in their child, giving up literally everything.
Yeah, this is absolutely insane. I don't agree with what you're doing, but I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Dad, I can't let you sell your house. Hell, the house is gone.
Yeah. Where are you going to live? Well, hell, dummy, I'm living with you.
You're going to need somebody to help you build the damn thing.
Yeah.
God, I loved his dad.
I know. Sam Shepard, such a good job.
And you great. Reminds me of mine a little bit.
Yeah, he does give me a little bit of your dad like vibe. He's so like warming and welcoming, like just has like these great jokes all the time, and just seems so like, I don't know, good.
You want some breakfast?
Want some breakfast?
Dad, it's 10 p.m. Well, hell, you can have pancakes any time of the day, can't you? Hell.
Your dad texted you like while you had the dogs out. He was like, "Hell, I'd like to have some with you," and he calls me the lady.
Yeah. The lady.
Get the lady over here. Lady Cali. Get the lady over here.
Love him. But, so, moving on.
Noah starts to build the house.
Right. And he's putting all of it in, and Garner was saying in the narration, he started to go a little mad. He was going a little mad.
And I can see that, like, where they're trying to hint the fact that because he had those losses, that could have been his breaking point. But, yeah, keep going. He went a little mad. And that was about all. The house became immaculate.
Yeah, he made it really good. He had a lot of offers, but he kept denying everybody. He kept saying no, no, no. And eventually, and Allie, all in this time, is about to get married, yes?
Well, yeah, because she meets Lon. She, while she's in college, she volunteers at the nursing home, and even James Garner says each face that she looked at while she was helping people, she saw Noah. Like, I kind of thought that maybe she was trying to find him.
How would she think that he would be in there?
I don't know. That could have just been, I don't know where she was stationed.
Unless there was a draft. I mean, I don't know.
It could have been that, or we don't know. Again, like, this movie really doesn't give you a lot of details. It's a very basic movie. I never read the book, but she sees Lon, who's head to toe in casts, bandages. Like, he looks like he's not even gonna freaking.
He looked like the mummy.
Yeah, he looked like the freaking mummy.
Yeah.
James Marsden, the actor, the one that played Cyclops.
Oh, I guess I didn't know his name.
Yeah, he was the Prince Charming in...
Yeah. I know who he is. I just didn't know his name.
Yeah, that's his name. But he...
I'm thinking of fucking John Marsden.
Oh.
I'm going to fucking Red Dead. All of you gamers out there. Jesus Christ. That's what happened. Go ahead. Move on.
The actor, he always plays the same character. He plays the perfect guy who is uncomplicated, very supportive, Doesn't get the girl.
No.
Every time.
He's
every single time.
He's that friend zone.
It's like the friend zone, but you know what? It's, if you think about it as like the formula for a romantic movie, it could be a rom-com. What do they call it? A freaking romantic I hate rom-com. The rom-com. I find that stupid. No. Romantic comedy.
Right.
That's what it is. Women seem to be programmed thinking that there has to be some type of chase. There has to be some type of, like, a stake involved. Like, there has to be some drama going on. And that is something that it took me a very long time to learn that does not a perfect relationship make.
Yeah.
To me, like, that was the hardest lesson to learn. Like, I really did learn that it doesn't have to be super complicated to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
You could have chemistry with somebody. You could laugh with somebody. You can be romantic with somebody. And it doesn't have to be so fucking dramatic all the time. Like, for some reason, that one little ingredient was supposed to be what made the happily ever after. And that's just me. And that's just from my experience. And so, but fortunately, Lon has money. So, of course, her family's going to like it.
Oh, they're all up his ass.
All up his ass. Because his last name is like Lon. His name is like Lon something Cotton. Lon Hammond Cotton. Yeah, Lon Hammond. Like, I guess it's
Lon Hammond Cotton.
Lon Hammond Cotton. The softest cotton you can ever have. Wipe it with your ass.
God damn it.
I don't know.
That
was so stupid.
So Lon Cotton. The Lon Cotton. So yeah, he's doing his shit, and then he allows Allie to go and visit.
Well,
Ryan Gosling.
Before that, this whole time, Allie really thought that Noah wanted nothing to do with her.
Right.
Because she never got a letter. So she was allowed to move on, pretty much. That was her closure, which allowed her to open her heart to someone else. So do you think that she actually loved Lon?
I do.
I do too.
I do. I think she did. I think she did. She was allowed to move on. I think she did, and I think that it makes what do you want? What do you want?
God, we're so gonna get there. I love that.
Shit.
And so there's that scene where she, that lovely moment that every bride wants where she's finally got the dress that fits her perfectly. I'm going to assume it's been fitted. And,
Is the veil too much?
That's just how Allie's mom is. Like, oh my God, look. Oh my God, because they're looking at the paper. The mayor's coming. Oh, look. Oh, this is going to be the biggest wedding of the century. The biggest thing the whole bowl has ever seen.
Yeah.
Making a big deal. But, of course, the next page on the paper. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Noah gets his picture taken for the house that he built.
Smile. He didn't smile. Then right when the picture was taken, he smiled. That killed me.
Do you think that smile meant Allie's going to see this?
I have no fucking idea. Maybe. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah. Of course, Ellie faints because she sees Noah. And she's in the bathtub with her veil on with some glass of something. That was
killing me. That's how I sit.
That was too dramatic. I'm sorry.
Every bath I take, I
still have my veil.
Turning on the...
You want it?
Yeah, I'm going to need it.
You want it?
I'm going to need it for tonight.
All right.
I'm just going to turn on the...
Just turn the faucet off and on with your toe.
I can fit. We got a big tub.
Yeah, I love our tub.
I love our tub. So, all that shit. And then she talks to Lon. Was all like, yeah, honey, should I be worried? You know what? Go do what you got to go. I used to paint. Then paint.
That's the thing, though. Like,
I didn't know you used to paint.
Like, that's another little thing. Like, why didn't she mention that she used to paint?
Yeah, and it's like, so ever since she left Noah, she never painted.
Yeah, because I can see because she probably, when she got home, she went on with her plan. Like she told Noah at the beginning, she went to college, she did everything that she was supposed to do as a woman back then, and still now she stopped doing the things that made her happy. And I'm glad that she came to that realization, because wouldn't it have been terrible if that happened like after they got married?
Yeah.
I would hate to not know what made you happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
Like, what if I didn't, like, I paint, what if I never told you that I painted? That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. And God love him for allowing her to go off and do what she wanted to go do.
And that's when I'm like, oh my God, I'm so team Lon.
Yeah.
You know?
It was really hard to be kind of team Noah, because they made him just such a baby brat.
They made him a baby brat, and then as an adult, they made him such this silent artist
patient.
No. It's not even that. It's like he's that artist that's going through so much anguish that he is just so. I just have all these emotions and I need to express them, but I can't through words. So I'm going to do it with building a house, and that's my gesture of love, not through his words. Nowadays annoys me. If I was 10 years earlier, I would have been like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Oh my God, you can do whatever you want to me. But now it's like, dude, you need therapy. You need to tell me exactly what you feel and what you're going through, and then we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Allie goes back. She goes to that old town, and there's that deleted scene of her trying on those outfits. And I saw a shift with you in this scene, because this is not in the film. If you have the DVD, I'm sure it's on YouTube, I'm sure. Yeah, all the Notebook deleted scenes. Those scenes really do put a better light
on the film.
But she's like trying on these outfits. Like, I mean, God, you're gonna see your first love that you haven't seen in 7 years. Like, what are you gonna wear? Of course, you're a woman. You want to look like you're a woman now. You're sophisticated. Of course, you want to look at your best, especially even if it's just look what you can't have anymore. Even if that was their intention, we don't know. But I heard your reaction. You're just like, oh God, you know what you're doing or something. And then she tries on this one outfit, and she's like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Exactly.
And you're like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I can tell your opinion of that scene shifted from, all right, you harpy, to okay, you're.
Well, especially when you see what she wore, like what she was trying on and shit. Yeah, you just said it. She was trying on her skinny, like best showing off bod type shit.
Well, for that time,
a little bit more skin. Well, yeah. For the time,
it was like sleeveless.
Obviously. But then when she walks out to the car, and obviously when she gets to the house, she's got on that red dress, she's got on the hat, the long gloves covering up the arms.
Yeah, it was very
I'm getting married. Yes. Or I am married.
I am getting married. I am I'm educated.
Yeah.
I have, I don't want to say like status, but it was almost like a professional meeting of an old love.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, look at that picture. Like, if you're meeting someone that was like your first love and you're just gonna go and hang out after so many years, that's a good choice.
Right.
Like, look good, but don't look like you're showing off.
Right.
But Noah's face when he finally sees her, he's just like,
it's like he was looking at an illusion in the desert.
He's just like,
My favorite part was where, he put his hand up.
He put his hand up with his beer, like, above his eyes. Like,
trying to block the sun.
Thinking that, is that an illusion?
What the hell?
And she's just like, are you okay? So you're okay.
I'm a silly woman. I shouldn't have been here.
Yes. And then she, like, freaks out and crashes her car. And then he finally says something. He's like,
God, she's the worst fucking driver in that entire movie.
Yeah, I guess she's supposed to be. I mean, they really played that well. That women are terrible drivers.
3 times she was a bad driver in that film.
But yeah, she goes in because he's like, do you want to like just come in and talk, whatever? And she's like, okay.
After she runs the fence down.
She breaks his fence.
She breaks the fence, and he just goes up to the window. You want to come inside for tea?
Yeah, she's like, and she's still like panting, like, sure. Okay, yeah.
So they go in and they start talking. They get a little friendly again.
Noah and Allie, like, they have dinner, they hang out, and he asks about, you obviously see that hunk of rock on Allie's fingers, so she, talks about her fiance, and he's like, oh, well, yeah, no, you would love him. He's such a great guy, and his name is Lon something, and that's when the name Cotton, also gets brought up. He's like, Noah's like, your parents must love him.
Yeah.
And she's just like, like, you really would like him. He's a great guy. And he is.
Yeah.
And they have that moment of, this was the room where they were eating. That was the room they almost did it.
Had sex in, yeah. So let's jump back to James Garner and What's Her Nuts.
Okay, yeah.
And the kids.
Let's do it. Yes.
Because this is important. But their kids show up to see their dad, see their mom. And they bring their kids, and they walk up, and James Garner's like, oh, hello there. And the kids had to reintroduce themselves to their mom. Mm-hmm. How fucking horrible. I can't even imagine, and I don't want to know what that feels like.
Me neither.
That is just so heartbreaking to me. And how awkward that she felt. She was just, it was almost like she knew. She was like, I feel like I need to know these people. I'm gonna go take my nap. Okay, thank you.
That was the only thing she knew to do to not make it so awkward, because it was like she knew who these people were, but at the same time she's like, okay, this is his kids and his time with his kids. I'm gonna go let him do it because I have nothing apart of that.
Got him when that one grandchild gave her that big ass hug. I was like, but so they do that, and then
the kids.
deleted scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Should have been in the fucking film.
Yes.
Garner is saying, okay, well, I asked you all here. Now I get that. He said I asked you all here, but it made it look like the kids came on their own.
Yeah, which was nicer.
Yeah, but anywho, he was like, so I wanted you all here because I'm telling you all right now, I'm giving you my will, and I want you all to be the owners of the house.
That he built.
He still had it. He still has the house. So he's saying, keep it in the family. Do not sell this house. I want your kids to have it. I want their kids to have it. And then that's when they're all like, Dad, come home. Like, why are you here? You don't need to be here. Like, why are you? You're essentially, he's...
Yeah, well, we really don't get an idea of what is going on with his body, except for that
deleted scene where he was talking to the doctor.
Yeah, it just seemed more of how he feels, like, physically, but then there's also that scene when they have a meal together, and she's like, oh, how sick are you? He's like, it's just more of a slowing down process.
Yeah.
You know, because he has to take
clearly he's got heart disease.
Yeah, I don't know, the kids, it was sad because I don't know, I'm trying to see it from both sides, and I'm sure you are too, where they still at least want the rest of their father what they can get.
You know, my grandfather had dementia, and he had Alzheimer's. And it's a really hard thing. And especially because I remember when I was young, we're really young, he, oh my God, he was amazing. He knew us all. He cared for his family so much. When it happened, eventually, he just pretty much forgot how to breathe, and that's what did him in. He just literally forgot everything, and he would look at you, and he pretty much looked at you like he didn't have freakouts like what she did, but he would look at you, and he would just kind of be like, he just accepted it. It was just kind of like, I don't know who you are, but I'm just gonna like pretend like I do. It's rough. That's a rough thing. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
It could have been executed better.
Yeah.
Or let's make 2 separate movies. Screw that.
I like that idea. Like,
why not? Like
2 separate movies.
Movie 1, the young part. Movie 2, let's stick to the older couple.
Yeah.
I liked that part so much more. And also, the scene where Allie and Noah finally make love. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not, because I've seen this a lot more. You've only seen this like once. But the camera was mainly on Allie and her experience going through finally making love to her first love. You barely see Noah.
No.
I wrote this down at like the last minute, but I feel like I finally started to see Noah as a human. I would have liked to have seen more of his experience, like the woman that he obsessed for 7 years, finally getting to have that moment of with her.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that, and that's kind of fucked up, and I'm kind of mad for him.
See, I agree with you. Where I had, and it honestly isn't really an issue per se, but for me, watching the film, when they were getting hot and heavy, and it's like, I don't know, but this is just me. You know, she pulls his pants down, and they're making out on the wall, and they're doing whatever, and his pants are down. Now, here was what was a little cheese for me, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, if it was me, if I was in that passionate moment and that happened to me, it's happening right there.
Exactly.
It's happening right there.
Why did they have
I'm not gonna goofy fucking
goose
step my ass with my pants down to my ankles carrying you upstairs into a hallway, fucking with the belt jingling and you balancing you in my hands. Like, absolutely not. If the pants come off, it's fucking happening. Nuclear launch is in session.
I know.
We're about to blast off.
I completely agree with you. But do you think there was that aspect of, okay, this is happening at the moment, but it still has to be, I'm doing quotes here with my fingers.
I see.
Perfect. It has to be on the bed.
Perfect is I would have done it on the fucking piano right after she hit that fucking low D.
Yes.
I would have been like, right when that fucking D hit, I would have been like, it's time. I'd have been like, prepare yourself. It's happening.
Yes, I know that is way more realistic, but they had to make this PG-13, so
I still think they should have just made it fucking R, because that would have made a much better film.
And they probably could have added a lot more to the movie, which would have made it better.
Got rid of all the cheese.
All the cheese, and even I feel like honestly, like this is, you know, not my movie, and I'm watching this for the first time, honestly.
Well, that's what happens when you kind of watch things that give you a new perspective.
Yeah, and that's why it's another reason I feel like my agenda for this podcast is, you know, we talk about movies that we love, but it's also revisiting movies that we liked growing up, and do we feel the same about it? Because I don't. A lot of movies that I'm like, I think about, oh my god, I love this movie so much, but oh my god, I'm watching it again, and I don't feel the same. Right. I am a totally different person. They did end up together, and they had a great life. I'm more interested in that.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah, exactly.
The best part of the film
What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? God damn it! What do you want?
Come on.
What do you want? Come on! What do you want?
It's not that simple.
Well, what do you want?
I don't know.
Pepperoni or sausage in your pizza? Shit! What do you want?
I know, but I
got him on hold.
Look at us. We fight. We fight all the time. Like, that's right. Yeah, we fight.
We fight. You tell me when I'm being a son of a bitch, and I tell you when you're being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah, he said the thing. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna...
And that's real.
And that's real. I don't know. Like,
And I love it. She gets out the car and just gives him fuck it.
A shrug of, here's my luggage.
All right.
Here
we go. Let's see where this train goes.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we cut to...
the interesting part of the movie, which is heartbreaking.
Yeah. James Garner finishes the book. Finishes, and she remembers.
She remembers. It was us.
And then he starts. Oh my god,
sweetheart!
This is. I'm fucking. I'm gonna cry.
He did when he. I'm sorry to out you like this, but
it.
As soon as this happened, like Jarokk started
I'm a
crying.
fucking tear baby. Hey man, I'm sentimental. I may come off hard as fuck, but I don't mind love stories. But this got to me. But anywho, so they start hugging and kissing, and then they put on their song.
I'll be seeing you.
And then they're dancing. She's asking him about the kids. And he's all like, you know, they're fine. She's like, tell him I'm sorry. And then he just swallows and is like, I'll tell him, dear. I'll tell him. Like, oh my god, heartbreak. And then she keeps talking a little bit and then starts to go back into that, you know, let's just get a car, drive away.
Yeah, like, do you think I can be her, the girl in the story?
Yeah, and he's just like, what? And then all of a sudden, why did you just call me darling? Like, that she starts freaking out. She starts screaming. She doesn't know who he is. He's trying to he's just like, Allie, it's me. I'm Noah. I am Noah. You are Allie. Hello, wake up.
Yeah, they finally say it to each other in the same room. Like, I'm Noah, you're Allie.
And then she's freaking out.
She's
losing her shit. The nurses come in.
Doctor
comes in, and this is what got me the most, honestly, in this entire movie. This is where I think I did start crying, was right here. I think this is where it happened. Was when we are seeing James Garner in the pain that he is going through. If that happened to you, to get a little emotional here. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I would do. I would lose my shit.
It was almost like he was seeing it for the first time. Like he couldn't believe
it was happening. Yeah,
because they had that real moment,
and it just went away.
Yeah, because that deleted.
And then she started saying like, "I don't know who you are. I don't know. Get away from me, rape.
Help,
you know,
help,
all this shit." And how. And I'm just saying right now, if I couldn't touch you and you were doing shit like that to me, I would be broken. I'd be absolutely broken.
Yeah, you couldn't console me?
Yep. And then we got that deleted scene after.
Yes.
That was needed.
That deleted scene was
so needed. So he's talking to the doctor, and then he starts telling the doctor about how she was
how it
going
started.
through it. Yeah,
because I think that doctor was not their normal doctor.
No,
he was like
new.
a young dude that was like new, or her nurse practitioner or something. So he didn't really get the history of them.
Yeah. So, and then Garner's telling the story, and then he has this heart attack. And then Garner sneaks out of his room, goes to visit her. Nurse lets him in, and he climbs into bed with her, and they start
with
talking.
Allie, not the nurse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't know. But anywho, no, he climbs in with Allie, and then
because she recognized.
Yeah, she recognized him, and then it was like
he knew.
Yeah, because he just straight up was like, "Hi, how are you?" Like he wasn't even fucking about.
Well, yeah, I think he did it in a really careful way, where he's like, "How are you?" Like, "Hey, I'm coming in as a friend, just in case you don't wake up as Allie. I'm your friend, Duke." Mm-hmm. You know, he's Duke again, but then Allie wakes up and is like, "Noah?" Like, oh my god. Like, what happened to me? Like, are you okay? Like, they're,
And then he climbs into bed, they start, like, talking a little bit, and then they both die at the same time.
Yeah, because they say, like, she says this corny line, like, "Do you think our love can create miracles?" And I was kind of like, all right, gag me with that. But then she says, "Do you think our love is capable of allowing us to die together?" And I don't know, it was just like, okay, because they do. Yeah. They die together. Yeah. Did they just...
That's the
Hollywood,
question.
Like, the Hollywood ending, they just fell asleep and they both died.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world. Did they do something else? Did they take an extra... Because James Garner takes a lot of freaking pills, as we see.
That's what I was thinking.
In the middle of the movie.
And in the beginning of the film, his one friend in the line, "Well, I tried to die today." And
I keep trying to die, but they won't let me.
Yeah, I keep trying to die, but they won't let me.
Were they secretly...
Like, well, we can't have everything.
Yeah, like, were they secretly suppressing their pills? We see in movies all the time where patients that either are crazy or not, they like pocket their pills and shit.
Yeah.
So,
but who knows? But I think in a beautiful world, they died peacefully together in their sleep.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter how it happened. They died together. They died together. Yes.
Holding each other's hands peacefully.
God,
that's
yeah.
No better way to go.
No
honestly.
better way.
I'll say it. There's no absolutely better way to go. And that's the Notebook.
It. That's the Notebook. This was a long one for us.
This was a very long.
Yeah. Okay. Well, after watching the movie and talking about it, to the extent that we did, would you watch this again without me?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I would not watch this without you. Not that I didn't like it.
Okay.
Because surprisingly enough, I did.
Okay.
I did like this. I didn't like it enough that I'm flipping through the channels and it's on and I'm alone, I'll probably find something else. But I wasn't joking. Garner made this movie for me. So many people made this movie for me. I just, like we were saying the entire episode, if this would have been a little different and if we would have made some better decisions, I think this would have been a much better film.
Yeah.
If we would have cut a little bit of the cheese off, I think I would have actually found this an amazing film. So, my turn. Next week.
Okay, I'm just going to say to you guys right now, Jarokk hasn't even hinted. Because sometimes we play with each other and we give like a little hint of, okay, maybe I might do this, maybe I might do that. But he hasn't given me a hint of what he's going to do, so go for it.
And I seriously have no idea.
I feel like you're just going to...
know. I've got two options, okay? And I have no idea, but I'm going to shoot for it. We've been doing a lot of... Tom Cruise came up in two episodes now, so I think it's only right that we do a Tom Cruise film.
I've seen a good amount of Tom Cruise films. So.
I know, and you may or may not have seen these. I don't know. I'm gonna choose one because I actually really like Tom Cruise in this movie. Like, I like Tom Cruise, but I only like him in a selected
early
few
Tom
movies.
Cruise. Maybe?
This movie of Tom Cruise I really like, and this movie that I am choosing will be Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
I know what movie you're talking about.
This is my choice because I personally love Tom Cruise. I love his performance in this.
Is Tom Cruise like the actor that you pretend to hate but secretly love? Or are you a proud Tom Cruise fan? I don't know.
I wouldn't say that I hate him, and I wouldn't say that he's like my favorite. I'm not gonna be one of those people that's all like, oh, he does his own stunts. No, he doesn't. He's worth too much money. But anywho, no, this is the one I want to do. I want to do Collateral. So that's gonna be next week.
Collateral. Okay.
Jamie Foxx, Jada Pinkett, and Tom Cruise. Those are the people in it.
Okay, let's do it.
That's what we're gonna rock. So, all right, everybody, that's all. Let's go ahead and wrap it up because we're about to hit a good amount of time here.
Yes.
So,
first of all, get this out because we are really excited. Thank you, everyone who has supported us. We have already getting like some good reviews on iTunes. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Our Facebook page, like we're at over 100 people that liked our page. But yes, we're on Facebook, Instagram, even Twitter, and we are now available on pretty much any type of program you use to listen to podcasts. Apple, Stitcher, Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify.
Yeah.
Like we are out there. So, if you have time and you listened and you really liked us, subscribe, rate us, give us a little review, like a little shout out, and even communicate with us in, all of our social medias because we would love to talk to you about the movies that we watch and, what movies that you would like and maybe you would be interested in us actually watching and giving a try. And
if we don't know it, and even if we do, let us know.
Let's just get a conversation going. I really want to connect with people. And,
right on.
Yeah.
I do too.
We love doing this so much.
And, guys, your support, like she said, we really love it. So we thank you all so much. Love you all. And, so let's get to it.
Tom Cruise!
Yeah. All right, everybody. It's been wonderful. We are so glad to have you. And bye.
Bye.